So we'll be just waiting for a few more minutes to allow welcome so far, those who are here, and just give us maybe about another 2 or 3 minutes to allow other persons to join.
Yeah, morning, everyone.
Morning, morning, Sir Green. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Thanks.
Good to have you with us.
Yes, thanks.
Yes. I see you, Sir Smith. Welcome.
Thanks and good morning.
Morning. Sir Eccleston, good to have you. Welcome. If you just give us maybe another few minutes, let's just see if we can have a few more persons who had indicated that they'll be on to join. And we are going to get the show on the road.
I have a meeting conflict though, so I won't be able to join the full session.
Okay, that we'll try to ensure that so we want to start in another 2 or 3 minutes with who we have.
Okay.
We're just going to do, and then we're going to allow our presenters to go ahead, jump right in, and to do their part, and then so that at least those who are in and in early will be able to enjoy or to get a little of what is going to be presented. If we may have to others who join in late, if we may have to do a repeat, understood, ask the presenters just to do a little overview again, but at least for now, we will be starting in another 2 minutes or so.
I'm not just a casual layperson when it comes to food science. I've run.
All right, we will not keep persons waiting any longer. Thank you for those who came in and joined in on time. We want to welcome you to our technology forum, Netwave Solutions. We're IT solutions provider in Jamaica, and also we offer and will be prepared to offer remote services to countries, not only to other countries outside of Jamaica within the Caribbean region. We are happy to have those who have come in, who have joined us. And this morning we have with us, we want to introduce to you a new and innovative solution, network IT management solution, coming from a company called Pulseway. And Pulseway is a platform that lets you manage the needs of small, medium, and large enterprises efficiently, remotely, so that you will be able to manage your IT solutions even when you're lying in your bed. If something is happening at your location, you are able to get remote alerts that you will know exactly and be able to manage your network. In this day of working from home and off-site, where we have a new normal now, where most persons now will no longer have the privilege because of COVID-19 or the joy of bundling up in an office where there has to be social distancing. This is now a new way where persons will be able to now work and be able to manage a network, know who is really working, all of those fabulous stuff we are going to present to you this morning. We are happy to have from Pulseway, Patrick Jones, who is a product specialist, and he will be speaking to us today. He will introduce his team, and he will share with us some of the wonderful things that Pulseway has to offer to our IT market here in Jamaica. We also have one of the brainchild persons who supports us on this journey. I speak of Mr. Lionel Brown. I'm going to open his mic now and allow him to greet persons, and then I will move straight ahead to Patrick Jones, who will jump in and who will do the necessary. So Lionel, you may now open your mic and just greet everyone, please. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Sir Gunter, for your kind introduction. Good morning to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I want to thank you for taking initiative to joining us this morning to open a new product that will pretty much support and be a breakthrough to the IT community. So thank you again for joining us. Sir Gunter, back to you.
All right, thank you. All right, so now I'm gonna just introduce the team we have here. We have Alonzo Gunter, who is a director, the company responsible for sales, and we have a in-house IT technical support person right in here with us in the person of Mr. Ian McCulloch. Now I'm going to go over to Mr. Patrick Jones, who will now take it from here and who will continue with the introduction and to lead us through this meeting.
All right. Great. Good morning, team. Thank you very much for having us here today.
Morning.
And good morning, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me well.
I'm hearing you.
I'll take that as yes.
Is everybody hearing him?
Right.
All right, hearing them well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hearing.
All right, great.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, team, for having me here today. So, yes, I am the product specialist at Pulseway. I have been with the company for more than 3 years now, and team and I were talking about expanding the IT support and that mechanism part into the Jamaican area. And the team came up with this brilliant idea of a partnership that could, help the IT companies in the region to take care of that infrastructure on the go. So that's what we are going to do today. I would like to introduce my colleague here. He's also with me, Nick Rogers. Nick, pal, you're with me?
Hey, hi. Yep. Good morning, everybody. This is Nick from the Pulseway technical team. One of the technical leads with Pulseway. Good to be here, and we'll be presenting shortly on the technical side about Pulseway. Over to you, Patrick.
Great. Thanks, man. So I'm going to let you know or help you understand what we do as Pulseway and what are the things that you could potentially anticipate with us, how we are as a company, and then I'll hand it over to my colleague, Nick. He's going to present to you the product in itself so that you can see it firsthand, how it works and what are the things that it's going to accomplish. I hope I do have a permission. So I'd like to share my screen. Tim, you'll have to allow me to share my screen, please. No. If you could allow me to share the screen, Tim. I wanted to share my screen for presentation. And you'll have to unmute yourself, Tim. It says host disabled participant screen sharing. So if you could just go to the Zoom settings and allow me. Sure.
All right, there you go now.
Not
stop
really.
sharing?
I still can.
So just go and stop sharing, and Patrick can.
Tim,
Yep.
On your Zoom screen at the bottom center, the green
All
button.
right. Here's what I'm going to do to
go
make
ahead
it
and
easier.
stop.
I'm gonna make it easier for all of us. I'm gonna do something. I'm going to put you over. I'm going to send over. Are you able to share now?
I think you probably need to stop
Not really.
sharing first.
You'll have to.
All right. Let me.
Yeah, you'll have to stop sharing. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do something different. Let's make it easier in the interest of time. All right. So I'm gonna make you now the host. So you go ahead.
Perfect. All right. I hope everybody can see my screen. So like this very first slide says, making IT heroes. We started in about 10 years ago with an idea to enable the small IT teams to manage their IT infrastructure on their own terms, simplicity, efficiency, and the tool that moves with you, okay? Now, when I talk about simplicity, I'm primarily referring to the ease of use with the interface that we have on our tool, which gives an instant productivity straight out of the box. With that, you would barely need any onboarding or training to get you up on running on the product. Pulseway would allow you to get more done by doing less. You can start being more efficient immediately by automating your repetitive workload and auto-remediate the issues so you can focus on key projects throughout your day. The powerful engine that Pulseway offers will allow you to perform the auto-remediation, auto software deployments, automate tasks, and the scripts. You'll be able to automate patching and security, backups, and reports. Now, this all from one point automation engine from within Pulseway. Now, the third thing that we talked about was the RMM that goes with you. So the remote monitoring and management software as a platform, there are many out there in the market, but we were the first one to come up with the native mobile app. Now, as we understand, the entire business relies on your IT environment to run smoothly. You'll basically need to have a fast and effective way to learn about the IT issues and to be able to remediate them quickly, right? So the native mobile app basically helps you receive the instant alerts. You'll be able to check the real-time status of all the machine that you're monitoring, and you'll be able to take immediate action or set auto-remediation procedure right from the mobile app. To say, if you receive an awkward notification about some IT system going down, you could literally send commands to get it up, if I had to put it in a simple way. So, that makes it a lot more easier. Now, Pulseway will offer you one pane glass to take care of multiple IT aspects. From one place, you can solve all your IT problems, from keeping your IT environment safe to ensuring the high availability of your servers and making your users happy. For example, you could do the endpoint monitoring and management, both servers, workstations, and network devices. You can monitor them, manage them. You could remote into them for troubleshooting if you like. You can also monitor the application servers. You could do operating system and the third-party applications update management. You can make use of the integrated endpoint security solution to secure your machine. And you can also take backup and control the disaster recovery situation if in case there is any potential harm that's going to happen to your IT infrastructure, so that you can get your data back easily, right? So you have all things done from one single pane of glass. Now, we have a very flexible business model that we make possible for all of our partners and the customers, so that they can do business with us and our partners in a bit, closed circle manner, so that there is no communication gap, there is the technical support or if it needs a business support available all the time. We are pretty familiar in the market for being one of the most simple and easy yet robust remote monitoring and management solution to be. And this here, what you see, few awards we have picked, particularly there are many of them, but these few we picked because they actually highlights our product in its essence that makes it easy for people to perceive, use, and maintain their IT infrastructure. So that's about our remote monitoring and management solution and our company as an overview. I would now hand over to my colleague, Nick. He's going to take us directly inside the product and show you or give you a brief overview of what are things that you can perform or anticipate to do to take care of IT infrastructure on the go. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We can make it interactive. You can ask questions when you like.
All right, Patrick, before you hand over to him, just share me back so that I can check to see if there are persons in the waiting room and let them in.
Sure, please.
Okay.
Okay, and yep, Timothy, over to you. Whenever you're done, you can allow me to share the screen.
Okay, sure. I haven't gotten it back yet. Patrick, did you send me back the host? You're still the host.
Oh. I would make Nick host so that he can.
Okay, and then he can let in all those who are in the waiting room, please. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, and let me know. So I guess now I am
Nick,
the host.
you're the host now?
Yes, absolutely. And
if there are new people on the meeting, to allow in the meeting, okay?
Absolutely. And let me see how we can do that. Okay, I guess I okay, Timothy, I'm making you the host so you can allow people and you can then allow me to share the screen, please.
Okay.
Okay. And
okay.
Before,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, thank you very much for joining in this meeting, gentlemen. My name is Nick. I'm from the technical team. So what we generally want to bring in the idea over here is a simple method to manage and monitor the devices. As you all are aware, in this pandemic situation, everybody is working from home, and you need some kind of tool which will help you to monitor and manage your devices. What Pulseway have in place is a mobile app-based functionality which will help you to manage and monitor the devices from anywhere, anytime. And this will help you not only to do basic monitoring, which will allow you to manage, monitor, as well as automate devices. You can also, the vision over here is to do a complete IT management, which will include antivirus solution, which will include backup, which will include IT documentation with respect to your ticketing and CRM aspect. You can also do password vault. You can also make use of our other integrations and which are with rapid fire tools or ID agent, which will help you on the security aspect. So that's what I'll quickly show you, how Pulseway will be effective tool in order to manage your infrastructure. So yeah, so I'm all, Timothy, if you can allow me now to share.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you gotten it yet? You are now the
Okay.
host, Nick.
Thank you very much for that. And here we go. So, um, so when we talk about PulseWave as an on-prem solution, gentlemen, we offer you a SaaS solution as well as an on-prem solution. And with our partners, we can allow you this particular portal. So the solution is pretty much secured. The entire communication happens on port 443 HTTPS protocol. So you don't have to worry about the security aspect. We follow certain strict security measures as well. If you ever want to check, you can also check PulseWave security on, we have a clear white paper which we follow, which allows us to have a 256-bit session encoding. We have message encryption in place. We have brute force protection in place. We have code signing in place. We have data center and network security in place. All our data centers are ISO certified and SOC 2 compliant. We have device access control list in place where you can set up all your devices with different security aspects like PIN code, Touch ID, facial recognitions, as well as you can disable or enable devices anytime, whenever you like. You can also do two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication can be done using push-based notifications or time-based OTPs. And you can do audits, go back into history up to 3 years and see which user has done what or what kind of old notifications you have received, and export them, archive them, and reuse those information to troubleshoot in the best possible manner. And the entire solution, we keep testing this, do penetration testing on every quarter to make sure the solution is provided to you in a seamless way and in a flawless way. So this is how the web portal will look like. And when we talk about the on-premise environment, there are a few requisites which we offer. So these are the few requisites for the on-prem side. Windows Server 2012, a 2 GB of RAM, .NET Framework of 4.5 and above, SQL Server of 2008 and above, one static IP address and one SSL certificate, which should not be self-signed. And the features and functionality remains the same for both SaaS and on-premise, but both have their own advantages. With SaaS, you do not have to manage any hardware at your end. You don't have to maintain any redundancy for the hardware as well. We will take care of that for you, okay? But with on-premise, you will be able to customize with your own solution. With your, you can have your own domain as your URL. You can have the database at your own place, which can be used down the line for analytical purposes and so on. So let's log in now. So when we talk about how the initial monitoring takes place, so this is how the web platform is, and you basically log in with your user ID credentials. In case you are not secured, we keep notifying you, letting you know that you have to secure your environment, and you set up your password over here. And once you set up the password, you can enter your smart device or one-time passcode or backup codes, which will allow you to have two-factor authentication. And what you see on the left-hand side, these are all the different modules which we have. So we start with the server admin module, which primarily takes care of your infrastructure setup and primarily helps you to organize your environment. So under this, we have configuration tab, which is divided into 3 parts, which is organization, sites, and agent groups. So whoever maintain their internal environment or whoever have their own set of customers and clients, you can add them as organization, as internal environment or customers. And you can add different sites under it, which can be different locations where these machines are located. And furthermore, you can have different agent groups, which can be different set of machines which are clubbed together to perform same activities. So for an example, in my case, I have US PulseWave as my organization. We have 2 sites under it, which is a Dallas site, which is our DR environment, and our New York site, which is our production environment. And under that, we can have different agent groups like servers, workstations, and so on. So you can add details about your organization. It's all voluntary, nothing mandatory, but you can add information about it. Who's the point of contact, details, notes, everything is encrypted, only accessed by the administrator. You can also add details about the sites. You can also add details about the agent groups and machines as well. So the tool is pretty much platform independent. When I say platform independent, what it means is not only you can use it for Windows environment, you can use it for various other operating systems as well. So we support various flavors of Linux. We support various latest update for Mac as well. And the deployment is pretty much easy. So Linux and Mac, it's a manual method of deployment on the machine. But for Windows, you have multiple methods of deployment. You have a manual method. You can also make use of our MSI, which you can use as silent script-based deployment, or you can make use of this MSI to do GPO deployments in case you have an Active Directory environment. We also support you with network deployment as well, where you can use any existing configured machine, and using that existing configured machine, you can scan the entire subnet in a particular organization or a site, and you can choose machines manually or select them all and start the deployment. This deployment can again happen both on the domain or workgroup level, and you can export all the configuration from any existing configured machine and import it to all the new discovered devices so that you get out of the box monitoring, out of the box remote access, and out of the box notifications. Not only that, what you can also do is you can also lock the agent so that nobody else makes any changes to the threshold set up by you. Nobody fiddles with the agent. Now, once this deployment is done, all the machines comes under the system tab like this. So you have the easy way to control them. You can easily maneuver them to move them around from one site to another site, one agent group to another agent group. And you can remove them if they are decommissioned and reuse that license somewhere else. So once the deployment is done, we suggest you to set up now the policies. We call this as centralized policies, where you can configure various different monitoring aspects. You can go ahead and allow them to have various different controls like login, log off, restart, shutdown, all the different commands. You can have event log based monitoring. You can set up hardware sensor based monitoring. You can set up user session based monitoring. You can, if it's a physical machine, you would be able to see the hardware sensors. If it's a virtual machine, you won't, for of course reasons. And you can set up user session based monitoring, which will allow you to discrete view of this user's screen. So without him getting to know that you're actually seeing their screens, you can help them out. You can get into the integrated cameras as well and see who's logged in front of the machine. You can chat with the user, or if you, on the system tray icon, you can have your own logo displayed where you can educate users to request for support. So users can request for support whenever they need help. They can send messages as per different priorities. Priorities can be critical, elevated, normal, or low. So and they all will be color coded. So critical will be red in color, elevated will be amber in color, normal will be low green in color, as well as low will be green in color. And whenever they send any message, the messages will be received by you in a push-based notification on your smart device, or as an email-based notifications on your email addresses once you set up your SMTP settings. You can also set up continuous ping-based monitoring with respect to a specific IP address. So let's say if I put 8.8.8.8, which is the Google DNS, this will help me to see the connectivity of the machine with respect to Google. So in your case, you can have your firewall IP or switch IP or router IP, and you can see the connectivity of the machine with respect to that. With remote access, we have our own proprietary solution. So you can make use of the remote desktop. We have two options available. You can do direct remote access to the machine, or you can take a consent of the user before taking a remote access. So let's say you have CEOs, CFOs. If you want to troubleshoot on their machines, you do not barge into their machines directly. You take a permission, and then you take remote access to their machines. The remote access is possible in 3 different manners. So you can remote in from the website, or you can use a very nice dashboard which we offer, which you can place on a big screen in your big monitors in offices or home, and you can see machines with different color codes, which signifies different notifications. So red means critical alerts are there. Amber means that there are warnings. Green means that either the machine is healthy or it has normal or low alerts. You can see the machine with the operating system details, the uptime information, the CPU load, the memory load, and the number of users logged in. You can right click on any node. You can click on remote desktop, which will show you who's the current logged in user available. And once it shows you the current logged in user, you can connect to their sessions in a quick, easy manner within few seconds. And this is not like Windows RDP that the user will get logged off. So it's more of a shared session. The user would be able to see what you are doing, and you can see what the user is doing. You can do file transfers from your machine to the remote machine, or vice versa. You can chat with the user while being on the remote, or you can do different settings, smart sizing, disabling wallpaper, adjusting quality, or using clipboard functionalities and so on. And you can also if in case the user is connected with multiple monitors, you can toggle between the different monitors and troubleshoot accordingly. Not only this, what we also help you to do is you can remote in from your mobile app. So as I said, the USP of the product is mobile functionality. So if you have tablets, Android tablets or iOS tablets, you can use these tablets and you can be anywhere in the world. If you have a mobile data connection or a Wi-Fi connection, you can literally manage and monitor the devices from there. So we also offer you remote control from the tablets and the smart devices, and you can be in touch with your machines or in touch with your users from anywhere. Coming back to the policy, you would be able to also see different files and folders. You can remotely browse different files, remotely help users to resolve disk-related issues. You can set up notifications. Notifications can be set up based on status, based on performance, based on storage, or based on event logs. So under status, you can choose machines going offline, machines going online, machines shutting down, machines rebooting, machines getting into suspended status, somebody logging in, somebody logging out, a machine getting a new update, or smart disk notifications, or antivirus getting disabled, and so on. Various different notifications you can set up. And based on the notifications, you can categorize them with different priorities based on your requirement. Furthermore, you can also do performance-based thresholds, which are primarily the resource-based thresholds, CPU going high, memory going below a certain percentage, services getting stopped, and so on. You can set up all those different kind of notifications. You can also set up notifications based on storage. So if the logical drive goes lesser than the threshold value, you can set up notification based on that as well. Lastly, you can also set up notifications based on event logs. And once you have saved this policy, you can apply this policy at the root, so at the organization level, which will automatically gets inherited to its respective sites, as well as gets inherited to its respective agent groups. Or you can apply the policy at the site level. So Dallas can have its own policy and New York can have its own policy, and it will automatically gets inherited to its respective agent groups. As well as you can also apply the policy at the agent group level. So the idea over here is, as and when the machine gets registered, they automatically inherit with the endpoint policy, so that you get out of the box monitoring, out of the box remote access, and out of the box notification. And not only that, you can also have the machine secured with antivirus policy. So it should have a AV installed, endpoint protection installed, and you have a patch policy scheduled so that OS and third-party patches are also installed on them as per the schedule set up by you. If you guys have any questions, you can put it onto the chat, or you can raise hands, or let me know so that I can answer those questions for you guys. Moving ahead, you can add multiple users with Pulseway. So we have no cap on adding users. You can have as many users as you want in Pulseway. You can give them different roles. You can you can enforce two-factor authentication. So security is never compromised with Pulseway. We make sure that it's completely secured, and you are able to see what all the other users are able to see. You can assign them different roles. We have a built-in role of administrators. If you're giving somebody an administrator role, they automatically have the complete control of the entire infrastructure. Or you can create your own user-defined roles. So for an example, if you have a client and the client wants to, they have their own technical representative, and they want to have access to their server in office from home. So you can add that client with their, you can create a user-defined role for them, and now you can give him access to only their machines so that he does not see any other client's machines. And you can give him access either let's say a read-only access or a full access. So when I say read-only, that means only the monitoring access. The user would not be able to shut down, restart, run scripts, or take remote access. And when I say full access, which means complete control on the machine using Pulseway, so user would be able to shut down, restart, run scripts, as well as take remote access. And if you do not want to give him access to the entire organization, all the machines, you can also drill down up to the machine level and give him access to only limited machines, which that person is authorized on. Furthermore, you can give him permissions for other modules as well. Let's say automation module or reporting module or antivirus module, or let them add new machines, but not remove machines, and so on. So moving ahead, you can do audits. You can go back into history and see which user has done what, export all that information into a CSV format and archive it. You can, we maintain the data up to 3 years. So you can see all that information over here. You can also go ahead and check for notifications, see prolonged issues, reoccurring issues, and export all that information as well. And you can customize the solution with your own logo, with your own custom tray icon, with your own email settings, and add security information and add support info details so that the users can reach out to you easily in an easy format. So moving ahead, this is what the server admin tab does. Primarily helps you to set up your infrastructure. The actual monitoring starts with the system module, which will help you to filter the machines based on name, scopes, groups, tags, or type. You can see machines which are live. You can see machines which are gridded out. Machines which are live, that means the Pulseway service is running on it. Machines which are gridded out, that means either the machine is offline, or the machine may be not connected to the internet, or the machine may be connected to the internet, but the Pulseway service is disabled on it. Okay. Now, if a machine is live, you would be able to see various different aspects of monitoring. You can see CPU usage in a nice graphical representation. You can check for that easily. You can also check for memory usage in a nice graphical representation as well. You can check for external IP details. This external IP details, if you go to any of the apps, so I am on a Windows Store app, and if I click on external IP, this integrates with Google Maps and shows you the approximate location of the machine based on the ISP. So lets you know the approximate location of that particular asset. Furthermore, you can also check for ping round trip time. So if you remember, I put 8.8.8.8, which is Google DNS. So it tells me what is the connectivity of my machine with the Google DNS. You can also check for asset details, complete asset information, the whole inventory details over here. Lets you know the make and model, the asset tag, BIOS information, the operating system information, all at one place. Now, this is related to physical machines. If it's a virtual machines, you would be able to see, if it's a physical machine, you would be able to see the hardware sensors, which will show you the different temperature for different hardware components. And you can set up notifications based on that. If it's a virtual machine, you will not be able to see that, but you would be able to see all the other parameters. You can also check for network monitoring with respect to the internal IP address and packets which are received and sent, and you can see the bandwidth utilization on the machine. Now, you can also check for services. You can start and stop services from here. You can check for processes. You can kill processes based on CPU load, memory load, or name. You can explore drives. You can check for attached printers. You can check for users who are currently logged in or remotely log off users, or chat with them, or get into their screens discreetly and help them out, or check for event IDs and troubleshoot based on event logs. You can also run terminal commands or PowerShell commands remotely on the machine. So when I say remotely, user never gets to know that you're running any command. So if you say, who am I over here, and run the command, it will show you that it's running from the system control or the highest authority level. You can remote into the machine directly from the web portal, or you can run scripts. When we talk about scripting, this is one of the main feature of Pulseway, where we offer you a built-in folder, around 32 built-in scripts by default, which are in different programming languages like Bash, PowerShell, and VBScript for Windows, and Bash for Linux. You can add your own folders, you can add your own scripts, and you can run them ad hoc on a machine, or you can automate them using our automation module, which we'll discuss in a few minutes. Lastly, you can also check for patching, which will show you what all pending patches are there. This is more of a manual method of patching, which will show you pending patches, and you can choose those patches and you can install them. You can check for applications which are running on the machine and uninstall MSIs, or you can check for a security aspect, which will show you firewalls, and you can disable or enable firewall. So this is what you get out of the box with Pulseway. But you can go very granular on the agent. So this is how the agent will look like, which gets installed on each and every endpoint which you want to monitor. So you can monitor ports, you can monitor scheduled tasks, you can monitor performance counters, you can monitor web, SSL certificates, as well as websites. You can set up notifications based on running processes. So if there isn't any important application servers or any important services, any important processes, you can choose those processes and you can set up conditions based on that. You can set up notifications based on ping, or set up notifications based on hardware sensors or counters or web. And when we talk about servers, we offer you various other role-based monitoring for the servers. So you can integrate with Active Directory roles, or if you have virtualized environments like VMware or Hyper-V or Zen Server, you can integrate with them. Or if you do patching through WSUS, Windows Server Update Services, you can integrate with that as well, which will help you to approve or deny patches using Pulseway, or configure cloud environments like AWS or Azure, and add, let's say, SNMP devices. If you are monitoring any devices like the printers, or RAID monitoring, or ILO for HP servers, or ID rack for Dell servers, you can monitor it through SNMP based monitoring. Now, once you have configured this, you can also set up notifications based on that as well. So let me show you a very nice, cool feature. So now you can go to roles. You can see the Active Directory. I have configured it with my domain. It helps me to see my domain over here. And it helps me to search for users, logged users, or groups. So I can search for any user. Let's say I search for a user named Ermins. You can lock, unlock, disable, enable, reset passwords, check bad password count, see which group does he belong to, add him to different groups, remove him to different groups. You can do all that using Pulseway without actually getting into your Active Directory. And that's pretty cool. You can do the similar activity from your phone as well. So imagine you can be now anywhere and still manage your users. Okay. Similarly, you can get notifications based on logged users or groups, and you can manage them as well. Similarly, let's say you have virtualized environments like Hyper-V, VMware. You can just add an agent on the host, and you can see the entire virtual machines on that particular host. You can see the status of the running virtual machines. You can perform certain activities on the virtual machines which are running, or you can also see the virtual machines which are turned off or not currently on, and you can reset those virtual machines or start those virtual machines using your phone or the web app. No need to run to a machine, open a Hyper-V manager or vCenter and start the virtual machine. You can do it from your phone as well. And that's the cool part. Now, if you need granular monitoring, you need to have an agent installed on these VMs so that they can do granular monitoring on those VMs. Moving ahead, so I hope if there would be any questions, you can ask me or put it on the chat, or we can take it at the end of the call. We can also set up automation. When we talk about automation, there are multiple different aspects of automation. So primary thing is scripts. You can add scripts. You can load scripts, and you can run them run them ad hoc or run them in the form of a task. There are multiple built-in tasks which we already offer, and you can create various different ad hoc tasks. For an example, I have a task over here which is a maintenance task. So you can choose your target machines. So let me quickly just jump in on the maintenance tasks. Clicked on another one. So you can see the maintenance tasks. So you can choose your target machines on which you want to run this task based on the scope. So you can choose based on different groups, based on different tags, based on different system type, or a combination of all. Once you choose your target machines, now you can schedule them whenever you want it to be done, daily, weekly, monthly, whenever you want it to be performed. You can do as many times as you want, and you can choose your start date and time. Once you have set up your schedule, now you can add multiple scripts which will run in a daisy chain fashion, one after the other, in a synchronous manner. You can also get notified about the task if the task got successful or the task got failed. And you can continue on errors if any script fails too. Furthermore, once you save the task, now you can easily operate the tasks from your phone as well. So you can see the same task on your phone, and you can see the schedule, you can see the execution history, you can run it ad hoc, you can see how many machines it ran successfully, how many machines it failed, and you can further do analysis on that. You can not only this, you can also generate a report based on that. So under reporting and the templates, we offer you something as task execution output report, which helps you to automate various different reports as well based on different formats, PDF or CSV. You can choose your scope of machines, you can schedule them, and you can send it directly to different email addresses. So this will show you the complete details about the task, when it got started, when it got executed, how much duration it took, how many machines it ran on, and what is the complete output of different scripts. So you can see all that under the task execution output report. Now, using automation, we can also help you patching. Specifically, when we talk about Linux-based patching, we help that using our scripting. So we have a built-in script for Linux patching. This is for primarily for Linux. It is done through for Debian, Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat, Fedora, and SUSE Linux. So different kernels can be patched, and you can use it for Windows environment as well. You can make use of the Windows script to patch all the available updates which are available for Windows machines. But we also have our own patch management module which will help you to filter the patches as well. Not only that, what we also include in scripting is you can add an input value, and based on that input value, you can derive an output information as well. So you can use these input and output parameters in the script, and you can perform activities as well. Jumping onto the patch management, this will help you to set up different policies. We call this as Pulsewave patch policies. This will help you to add various different OS related patches, which will include options like severity, where you can filter based on critical, important, optional, and you can approve it or deny the patches. You can choose based on name, put the KB numbers, and you can approve it or deny the patches. Or you can choose based on description, like language patches, preview patches, and you can approve it or deny the patches. Now, you can also include third-party patching, which is our own self-repository, where we offer you more than 100 plus applications. So there are different applications which we support. We have a complete list what all applications we support. And if you want to patch any of these applications, you can simply include that under the rule over here, and you can install it or update it or uninstall it. In case you want to patch a unique application which is not listed in this list, we also offer you to create your own software packages. So you can go to Pulsewave Web App, you can go to patch management, you can create your own custom titles, and you can add your own application and choose a publicly accessible MSI. Let us know the architecture which it supports and accept the end user license agreement. Once you save those settings, you can include that custom software application in the policy, something like this. And now once you save this, now you can set up different options like creating a restore point before doing an update, which is applicable for Windows, rebooting the machine after doing the update, notifying users 5 minutes before the reboot so that they can save their data, randomize update interval so that the network bandwidth is utilized properly, and start patching as soon as possible if the schedule execution is missed. So if any machine misses a schedule, you can put this patching as a task scheduler. As soon as that machine will be back online, the patching can be performed. You can schedule patches, both OS and third party together, or OS separate and third party separate too. Once you save this policy, you can apply this policy at the root under the configuration tab over here, which will automatically add to as and when the machine gets registered, or you can go to the patch management under agent status, and you can apply the policy over here as well to individual machines. Now, whenever the policy gets scheduled, it will show up under history and will let you know what patches got ignored, what patches got installed. So it gives you the complete details in detailed format, in detailed KB details. So what is the KB which got ignored, what is the KB which got installed or failed, and you can further troubleshoot. And you can again operate this on from your mobile app. So we have the patch management option from the mobile app, and you can operate it from here. You can also operate it, you can have a reporting for this as well. So under reporting and the templates, we have the OS patch report available, and you can patch all the different applications. You can see that into a nice PDF format. Lets you know what patches got ignored, what patches got installed in nice PDF or in a CSV format. So this is what and how we do patching in Pulseway. Now, the last thing which I would like to showcase is our auto remediation process. So in Pulseway, we recently introduced workflows. Workflows is basically works on the principle of if then else scenario. So if there is a notification, based on the notification, you can activate various different triggers. So we have various different triggers which are available: application added, high CPU, high ping time, low disk space, low memory, ping error, ports not available, process started, process stopped, service stopped, system registered, and so on. And based on these different triggers, you can perform various other activities. So let's say, for an example, you have a high CPU notification. A trigger gets activated, which is high CPU trigger. You can set up a condition where, let's say, if the CPU usage is greater than 95%, and you can have an and an or condition, and you can have multiple conditions and objections added, is not equal to system. So if this is true, then kill the top processes and delete the notification. You can also perform other options, like for an example, you can perform a script, you can perform a task, you can perform another condition, or you can add a custom field value to perform some other step. You can do all those different conditions as well. Let's say if this is not true, you can run another condition where, let's say if the CPU usage is now lesser than 90%. If this is true, then let's say delete the notification. Or if it's not true, then let's say send an alert and delete the notification. So with this, if I may just zoom out a little bit, you can set up as complex situation or as complex workflow as per your requirement, or you can have a simple workflow as per your requirement. And this will run, and as it will run automatically based on the notification, it will show up under workflow history, lets you know what workflow, how the workflow ran, which direction it ran on, and in case there was any issue, you can further troubleshoot regarding the workflow. And you can also add custom fields, your own value parameters, and include it within the workflows too. So this is what Pulseway is. Now, other than this, what we also include is various different integrations within Pulseway. So we integrate with various other ticketing solutions like Autotask, Zendesk, PagerDuty, Webroot, Kaspersky, Slack, IT Glue, Warranty Master, as well as ConnectWise. If you use any of these tools, you can integrate with Pulseway. We also are planning to bring in one more integration, which is Microsoft Teams integration down the line. So this is our roadmap, which is publicly available. You can always check that. There are many exciting features which are coming in. We have the in-product ticketing, the PSA integrations. We also are stepping our shoes towards advanced network monitoring down the line, which will help you to see network topology of different devices. You can also remote into Macs. Currently, we don't remote into the Macs, but we can help you monitor and manage Macs. But down the line, we would be able to do that. Bitdefender, we are selling that, but the integration will be soon available. You can also see advanced SNMP module, which will automatically detect OIDs and MIBs, and you would be able to monitor them, and various other exciting features which we are planning to roll out soon. We also have various different add-ons which will support and help you in IT complete solution. So these are different add-ons which we support, like third-party patching, WebRoot, Kaspersky, Bitdefender, dark web monitoring, CyberHawk monitoring, which will help you to do a vulnerability analysis. We can also do backups, let's say a disaster backup, which will help you to do both differential backup or bare metal backup, or the image level backup, or SaaS backup. You can also do ticketing or IT documentation or network assessments, and we also offer various other services as well. So this concludes my presentation on Pulseway, gentlemen. I will leave the floor open and push it back to Timothy now for any questions if you have. Please be my guest.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks so much. This was really a very, very, good and informative presentation. I want to thank you for taking the time to join us. I don't know if there is anyone who has any question. You could either indicate, we will, and we'll open your mic, or or you can put it in the chat. I know this is kind of new information for you. What we did, we not only had it on the Zoom platform, but we also had it streaming live on YouTube, so that persons who may not have been able to join on Zoom for whatever reason would have been able to watch. We are also recording this so that persons can have a chance to. We'll share the link so that persons can still have a chance to go through it again, to look back at this presentation, and to really get a chance to assimilate what has been done. But we are opening the floor now to see if there's anybody who has any questions that, and we'll take those questions, even from members of our own team.
Sorry, Timothy, there's a question in the chat from Gilroy. Yeah?
Okay, thank you. All right. So the question in the chat from Gilroy to you, Nick and Patrick. The question is, do you have any integration with System Aid, SYS-AID?
Okay, great question. Thank you very much for that, Gilroy. So by default, in a GUI interface, we don't have an integration with SysAid, but we have our APIs available. We offer you REST API, cloud APIs, as well as we offer you plugins. You can make use of the APIs to do your own integration with the tool. Hope that answers your question.
All right. Another question is here. Do you have also for Red Hat Enterprise Linux, do you need a satellite server license to get updates to distribute the server, to distribute updates to the server?
Okay, so we do the patching for Linux using Yum package. So we don't do filtering of the packages. We directly reach out to those respective machines and run the script based on Yum. The machines, the only condition is that the machine should be connected to the internet and basically install those packages. So if the downloads tab in Pulseway includes these kernels, we would be able to support that. Okay, and I guess.
Thanks. Another question from. Yes, go ahead, Nick.
Yes. So the other question which I see from Heaven, so I'm not sure if I missed out, but does it monitor Unix? So yes. So if you go onto the Downloads tab, we do support various different kernels. if Timothy, you can allow me to share my screen again, I can quickly show everybody what all different kernels we support. So yes, we do support Linux and Unix. Specific different kernels are supported.
I just wanted to add a little bit to Gilroy's question on CSED. So CSED is basically a service desk application, right? And I suppose it would support the email parser, which means you could configure a role-based email on your CSED, and that email you can use as a user in Pulseway RMM. This way, all the RMM alerts and the trigger events will be, whenever they are coming out, will be forwarded to CSED to create a ticket for you. That's one way of looking at it, besides the API integrations that Nick pointed out.
Great, thank you very much for that, Patrick. Yeah, so that's true too. And just to give, I will put a link on the chat for you to check what all we support, what all different operating systems we support. So this is, if you click on this link, you will be able to see what all different kernels are supported for Linux and Unix. Any other questions? So I see there is another question. Can it be used for remote installation of applications on endpoints? Yes, we can do that using our third-party patching. You can make use of that through as a GUI interface. And if you have your own scripts with you to install, let's say, EXE or MSI, you can make use of that too. So by default, the third-party patching is used to install various different applications. Any other questions? And what I'll do, I'll put a link for third-party patching to show you what all applications we can patch. Just to quickly share that too. This is what I'm referring to. So all these applications can be used, can be patched using Pulseway, using our third-party patching module. And within Pulseway web app, you have the automation, which you can run you can create a script and you can run it on the machines as well. Hope that answers your question.
All right. Do we have any more questions? We still have another 18 or 20 minutes. We are here to allow you to ask any questions that you may be having regarding this presentation. I just want to once again thank everyone who has joined. And this is a new and innovative solution that can help you to manage your IT, to make life a lot easier for IT managers. And also, let me just put it out there that if there are persons or individuals who don't have IT resources and you need us to work with you remotely, we will be able to do that. And we have our in-house IT support here that will be able to provide you that IT support that you need just in case you don't have an in-house IT person. Here's a question here from Jerome Mackenzie. Is there an agent that would need to be installed? Nick?
Yes, Jerome. So this is an agent-based monitoring functionality. So it's not an agentless functionality. You need to have an agent installed on your respective endpoints, which will allow you to do monitoring. There are very basic requirements of the agent. The agent should have, once installed, the Pulseway service should be running on the machine, and the machine should be connected to the internet. That's it. And rest, you can set up all the notifications, monitoring on the Pulseway end.
All right, great, thanks. All right, another question from Hugh.
Okay, and So when you do a remote session on a user's PC, does it ask the user to allow access? No, it does not. So you can directly remote into the machine. So there are two ways to do remote access with Pulseway. Just to show you that again. So within the policy, which is our the built-in policy, we offer you functionality to direct remote access the machine, or you can take a consent of the user before taking a remote access. So you have a choice. You can set up whichever way you want. Okay, if you want, let's say, to directly remote into the machine, you can set up that way. If you do not want that way, you can have a you can allow the user to remote in. And once based on this policy, you can apply it to specific machines, whichever machines you want it to be applied on. I hope that answers the question. Any other questions I can help you out? Okay. I guess no other questions. So I see Timothy having some issues at his end. So I will make Lionel the host. Lionel, if you're with us, I'm making you the host. Any other questions, if you can help us, let us know. Put it on the chat, or please do ask.
Oh, thank you, Nick. So far, so good on my side. I just hope that everyone is covered and up to date on what's been taking place. And of course, okay, there's another question here from Mr. Fraser. Nick?
Yeah, okay, so let me check that. So is there a monitoring for, so I'm not specific on that specific SQL version, but we do SQL monitoring using the agent. So under the agent, under server modules, we monitor various different SQL instances or remote instances, and you can run queries in terms of notifications as well, and see if, let's say, a specific query is taking more time to execute. You can monitor that as well, and you can monitor databases as well. So specific, when we talk about databases, we don't monitor latest databases. Currently, we only monitor up to 2012 and 13, I guess, not the latest SQL databases as of right now. But you would be able to see that. You would be able to get notifications based on that.
All right, it's a very good question. Is there anything else, gentlemen? So as Mr. Guntard pointed out, if anyone here would need assistance in deploying these agents, Netwave Solutions is also available to help out in that manner. And as well as we have on-site IT support to manage person's infrastructure as well. Mr. Gunter, welcome back, sir. Oh, your microphone is muted.
Sorry about that. As a flow misbehaves when they're ready.
I see.
All right, so
I see there is a couple of questions. Is there any monitoring for PostgreSQL? The answer is no. And then there's another question from Hivan Ennis. Will this cause a lot of additional traffic on my network since it is using an agent? What is the communication like between agent and server? To answer that question, Nick, you're with me?
Yeah, so to answer that question, Haven, it's a very lightweight monitoring device, okay? So there is not much traffic which gets, or bandwidth which is utilized, okay? Until and unless like you are doing patching for all the devices at one time. And for that reason only we do randomize update interval to make sure that the network bandwidth is utilized appropriately. So if you're doing a basic monitoring management, this will not let you consume a lot of network bandwidth. In fact, what you can also do, if you want, you can, if you, Timothy, and will allow you go down the line for trialing any product, trialing Pulseway. So you can install the agent. You can actually check on the task manager. You will see that only very less network bandwidth is utilized.
Okay, and if I may add in, as well as someone who has actually used the Pulseway, it does help a lot. It helps out in, you can set your pretty much network monitoring things and you're able to keep up to date. Because I myself, the IT manager, runs at least 9 locations. And to be able to be in sync with all those locations, as a network device goes down, I'm alerted. I'm able to troubleshoot users. I'm at one location. And given the whole COVID situation now, which limits myself from going up and down to different locations, mingling with persons, putting myself at risk and other personnels, this agent allows me to be there, but not actually being there. So remoting, troubleshooting, the whole works. This platform is perfect for a situation like this. And not only do the partnership with Pulseway would be beneficial to everyone, but also Netwave, partnering with Netwave is also a one-stop shop that can guarantee full assistance, including for products and also for support. So gentlemen, what are you waiting on to try out this product?
Thanks for that, Lionel. And we are also, as Nick had stated, we are also willing to do short-term demos in your environment for you to do a trial so that you can at least see what this is about. Huan is asking a question. Is it cloud or on-prem? Nick, could you respond, please?
It's your choice, Haven. We have both the options available. We have a SaaS as well as an on-prem functionality. So it's your choice. What do you prefer? And you can go that way. And in case you want to switch down the line, let's say you start with cloud and you want to switch to on-prem down the line, that can be possible as well. By running a simple script, you can move all the machines from one interface to other.
All right. All right. So that answers your question, Huan. Great. All right. So we are ready. We ask you to take. I've put our email address, sales@netwavesolutionsja.com. Once we have exited this meeting, we are going to ask you to just email us, send us your email contact. What we will do, we will send you a requirement form that we have prepared. You will fill it out, telling exactly what your needs are, and based on this presentation, where your interest lies. And we can arrange with support from Nick and Patrick, Lionel, and our other IT persons to have demo installed in your environment if you so desire. And once you enjoy the look, the feel, the touch, the new way of having ease in IT solutions and IT management in your environment, then we can have a discussion on whether you want to go on a cloud or on an on-prem, or if you are someone who doesn't have any IT in-house and you're here and you're listening, whether you're a school and you have a lab and you don't have persons to monitor, or you need some assistance in installation, deploying of servers, setting up of your network. We do all of that, represent HP and Dell. We can put in all of your solutions for you, do your cabling, and then we can provide you with the solution that you will be able to now monitor your network for efficiency and productivity. I don't know if there are any other questions. So now I'll ask one question from all those who are still here. What was your feel of, or how did you see the presentation? What is your feeling of what you have heard? And you can just quickly let us know the responses so that we can kind of understand whether this is something that you really see as beneficial to you. All right. Any closing comments, Patrick and Nick?
I will leave it to Patrick. Patrick, over to you, buddy.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, man. I hope this presentation was helpful, and it gives you some idea, some information on what you would like to and how would you like to take care of your IT infrastructure. And you could join us, or you can, in fact, since we have Netwave Solutions as our partner, our local partner, you can easily access them. Tim and Lionel are the amazing person there. They are very friendly. As I see, I have worked with them in the recent past, and I can tell you that much for sure. They are always ready to listen and help. So at any time, if you think you would want to look into some of these kind of solutions, you can talk to Tim and Lionel, and in turn, we can liaison together to help you see taking care of our infrastructure without a glitch. But yeah, thank you everyone for being here today, listening to us, asking questions, being engaged here. This is really amazing, and we look forward to be able to serve you soon.
All right, thanks, Nick. And Huan says, I like the idea of remote management. Thank you, Huan. So we look forward to having further discussions with you. Thank you, Patrick, also for kind of helping to guide us through with some of the little Zoom issues. Really appreciate you and what you have been doing, and helping to keep even the chat alive. Thank you very much, Patrick. All right. Okay. So Patrick, over to you for your final comment.
I would like to conclude by saying, you could reach out to Tim or Lionel in case if you think this is something you want to look into. We offer trials, so you don't really have to spend or invest anything. You could simply take a trial, see if that's going to work for you. Tim and his team is going to work with you to make sure that what you anticipate from Pulseway or the IT support that Netwave Solution is going to offer is in line with what you anticipate to accomplish. And yeah, we are here for you. That's all. Thank you very much, team, for giving us this opportunity today. and we really like the way we are moving forward into this partnership. Looking forward for a good relationship ahead.
Right. Thanks, Patrick. All right, Lionel, closing words from you.
All right, thank you guys for taking the time out for being here. Clearly, you showing dedication, being in the meeting this long shows that you are fully committed into what's the new way of managing systems. So thanks again to everyone. Looking forward to hearing from you in the near future as we move together in this deployment. All right, thank you, everyone.
All right, so let me just in closing, thank everyone, thank those who joined, who came in and participated. I got some feedback that there were a few persons who were having challenges getting on. I think that was because the internet system, because of the work from home at times becomes very unstable, but it was being streamed live on YouTube, and we will also put up the recording so that persons can get a chance to look again, and we will also arrange another session with Patrick and with Nick. So look out for part 2 because we want to keep sensitizing persons until they understand that this is a new normal. This is a new way we are going. This is the easiest way to be able to manage not only your IT environment, but to have peace of mind that even your network is secure with antivirus solutions embedded, all of these stuff that will make your life much easier. And the beauty about it is you can stay even right wherever you are as IT managers. You can know who is working, even if you put down the device for a little while and persons go away, go to the beach and all of that and leave it to let you believe that they are working. Once the machine goes into a sleep mode, a notification is given. So there's a lot of nice things that this software offers that I would like our customers to really take it up, to really do the demos, to see that life can be much easier. You can do remote access from right where you are with this software. You can do troubleshooting. You can do fixes, and your life can be a lot easier. So even the printers that you have on your network, you can get alerts. They can be managed, so you can understand what is going on. So we have come to transform IT and to work with Pulseway to ensure that our IT managers, our IT personnel can enjoy peace of mind. Okay. A question from Huan before we go. Can it do wake on LAN? Nick, over to you.
Yes, we do. So if the device supports it, you can take that onto Pulseway to perform that. The answer is yes.
All right. So another question that came in is the YouTube stream is available for viewing after this session. Yes, we are going to try and put up the YouTube to allow it to be viewable after this session, and also the recording. We are going to try to put it live on YouTube so that persons and share it in the various channels that you that you got the invitations from, so that you'll be able to watch it, you'll be able to sit down and digest it, you'll be able to share it with other members of your team so that they too will be able to see what NetWave and Pulseway together are doing to make life a lot easier for IT managers and cost-saving measures even for the companies that you work for or that you even own. You're welcome, Jerome. All right. So once again, if there are no more other questions, it's 11:29. We are going up to 11:30, so it's about 11:30 now. We want to thank everyone for being here. If what's that, Huan? If I can, I'm not sure what you are saying there now. Can you kind of type again just before we go, because we don't want to miss out on anything that you're saying. All right. Well, what you can do, you, and if you have any other questions, let me put my my mobile number in the chat so that you can, everybody can get it. That's my mobile number, and I'm also going to put now, this is our office number. Now, if you add the office number, what you will find is that you'll get our business WhatsApp, and that is monitored. So whether you want to WhatsApp me personally on my mobile or you want to WhatsApp the business chat, 955-3574, we are here to respond to all your queries. And you have our email, sales@netwavesolutionsja.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to support you on this journey and to work with you to ensure that you are comfortable and you are happy and that you will enjoy this new and emerging software that will make your life a lot easier. Thanks to everyone who joined, those who are in Facebook land, those who are in YouTube watching live. We want to thank you very much for being a part of this experience this morning on this journey. It was a pleasure having you. We appreciate you as our customers, and we want you to know whatever you need, we are here to support you. Just reach out to us. Our contact numbers are 876-955-3574 or 876-955-3489. My mobile number is 876-383-2636, and you can contact us on email at sales@netwavesolutionsja.com. If you also visit our website, www.netwavesolutionsja, there's also a section at the bottom where you can put in your name, your address, leave whatever comments you have. So that's there. You can also log on to our Facebook, and we have Facebook chat. You can go on to our LinkedIn page and you can send us message. You can go to Instagram, look for Netwave Solutions, and you can send us messages. We have a whole, we are social media savvy. So we are ready to help you, wherever you are, whatever you need, we are here to assist you. Thank you so much. And let me wish for you a good day and a wonderful and safe weekend. And remember, in this pandemic period, social distancing, keep safe, wear your mask if you have to go out in the public area, right? And just keep safe, because COVID-19 is real, but we can master it by doing the right things. And this software in and of itself is COVID-19 ready, because it will help you to do a lot more social distancing, because you can work from home, manage your IT solutions from home, and be happy and know that you are safe. All right, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful day. Patrick, Lionel, Nick, thank you all. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing with the team today.
Thank you, everybody. You guys enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.